A new digital mapping platform is revealing a hidden world deep beneath Antarctica's icy exterior.
Now, researchers from Europe have travelled all the way to Antarctica to open a very special vault.
Scientists drilled through half a mile of Antarctic ice, expecting dead rock, and found something alive staring back at the camera. Beneath the most lifeless, frozen wasteland on planet Earth, a place so cold an exposed human would die within minutes, scientists have found things that were never meant to be seen by human eyes. Hidden under more than 2 miles of solid ice, sealed away from the surface world for millions of years, lies an entire buried landscape. Ancient river valleys, mountain ranges no person has ever laid eyes on, lakes of liquid water teeming with life that evolved in total darkness, and the fossil remains of a lush green rainforest that once grew near the South Pole. The land beneath that ice is so unexplored that one of the scientists who mapped it admitted it is, in places, less well understood than the surface of Mars. But the single most disturbing thing they pulled out of the deep wasn't a fossil or a lake. It was a camera lowered through nearly a kilometer of ice, expecting to find dead, barren rock, that instead came back with footage of living creatures, clinging to a boulder in the pitch black, hundreds of kilometers from sunlight, in a place where, by every law of biology, nothing was supposed to be alive. Share this with everyone you know, because the frozen continent we think we understand is a lie. We picture Antarctica as eternal, dead, white to the horizon. But the ice is only a lid. Underneath it is a whole other world, a lost world, preserved like a corpse in a freezer, and still, somehow, breathing. And the most unsettling part is not just what's down there, it's what it means for us, because the same forces uncovering it are the ones threatening to erase it before we even understand what we've found. Before we break down exactly what scientists discovered beneath the ice, why it defies everything we thought we knew about life, and the disturbing warning it carries for our future, make sure you subscribe to Vault of Discovery. We're giving you the real science that rewrites the textbooks. To understand the shock, you have to understand the ice itself. The Antarctic ice is a frozen ocean of snow up to several kilometers thick, so heavy it has crushed the land beneath it into darkness for tens of millions of years. We can't see through it with our eyes. The only way to map what lies underneath is to fly planes overhead and fire radio waves down into the ice, reading the echoes that bounce back, building a ghostly picture of a world no human will ever walk through. And when scientists assembled that picture, what came back stopped them cold. Think about what they actually found. In 2017, a team drilling into the seabed near the Pine Island Glacier pulled up a sediment core, and one layer was the wrong color, so strange it clearly differed from everything above it. When they analyzed it, they found something impossible for a place buried near the South Pole, a dense, fossilized network of plant roots, plus pollen and spores from 65 different types of plants, cell structures still visible. As the lead geologist put it looked like the soil you'd dig up in a forest near your house. But here's the first shocking twist. This was the floor of a 90-million-year-old temperate rainforest, a swampy, humid jungle of conifers, ferns, and flowering plants that thrived near the South Pole in the age of the dinosaurs. Antarctica, the deadest place on Earth, was once green, with a climate like modern New Zealand, and it did this despite enduring 4 months of total polar night every year. The frozen wasteland was once one of the most alive places on the planet. And then it got stranger, because the rainforest wasn't the only world down there. In 2023, using radar and satellite data, scientists uncovered an entire ancient landscape carved by rivers, stretching across an area the size of Wales, valleys and ridges that once held trees and probably animals, then got swallowed by the ice and, in the scientists' own words, frozen in time. This buried world hasn't seen sunlight for at least 14 million years, and possibly more than 34 million. And beneath the ice, the water never fully froze. Scientists have mapped more than 400 hidden subglacial lakes. The largest, Lake Vostok, has been sealed off from the surface for at least 15 million years, and when drillers finally reached it, the recovered ice carried DNA from thousands of organisms that had been evolving in total darkness since before our species existed. But all of this, the green past, the frozen landscape, the sealed lakes, was about to be eclipsed by a single accidental discovery that broke the rules of biology itself. Because the third twist changes everything we thought we knew about where life can exist. In 2021, a team from the British Antarctic Survey was drilling through the Filchner-Ronne ice shelf, not looking for life at all. They wanted mud. They bored straight down through 900 meters of solid ice, then lowered their instrument through another stretch of black seawater toward the seafloor, expecting soft sediment to sample. Instead, the drill struck something hard. A boulder. To the geologists, it was a failure. Weeks of effort, and they'd hit rock. So they lowered a camera down the borehole to see what had stopped them. And what came back on the video feed should not have been there. Clinging to that boulder in the freezing black water were living animals, stationary creatures like sponges, and several that may be species completely unknown to science, firmly attached to the rock and quietly alive. Think about why this is impossible. These animals were found in complete darkness, in water at -2.2 degrees Celsius, 260 kilometers from the open ocean and the nearest sunlight. And here is the part that genuinely breaks the rules. These are not creatures that can move around to hunt. They are stationary, stuck to a rock, waiting for food to drift to them. Every other ecosystem we know is ultimately powered by the sun. But based on the water currents in that region, scientists calculated these animals may be sitting as much as 1,500 kilometers away from the nearest source of photosynthesis, anchored in place in eternal night, where a single scrap of food might float past only once a year. As the lead biologist, Dr. Hugh Griffiths admitted, the find goes against everything scientists thought could survive in such a place. It raised far more questions than it answered. How did they get there? What are they eating? How long have they been clinging to that rock in the dark? And here is the scale of our ignorance. The floating ice shelves of Antarctica cover more than 1.5 million square kilometers, and the total area we have ever explored beneath them is roughly the size of a single tennis court. A tennis court out of an area larger than many countries. We found impossible life through one tiny accidental hole, which means the dark water beneath all that ice could be hiding entire ecosystems, thousands of these life-covered boulders, a whole biosphere thriving where we were certain nothing could live. As Griffiths put it, there is a whole world down there we know nothing about. Then the final game-changing truth emerged, and it lands directly on us. The scientists who mapped that buried river landscape made a chilling observation. It was last green when the Earth was roughly 3 to 7 degrees Celsius warmer than today, and through human activity, we are now driving the atmosphere back toward those exact conditions. The same warming that could one day strip the ice off these hidden worlds is also a death sentence for the impossible creatures clinging to the dark. The ice shelves are already cracking and collapsing, and the race is now on to study these fragile alien ecosystems before they are gone forever. The ice hid all of this for a reason. We may be the ones who tear the lid off and destroy it in the same moment we discover it. One thing is absolutely certain. What lies beneath Antarctica's ice has rewritten the story of our planet more dramatically than almost any discovery of the modern era. It revealed a green rainforest that once grew near the South Pole. It revealed a lost landscape frozen in time for tens of millions of years. It revealed hidden lakes harboring life sealed in darkness since before humans existed. And it revealed living creatures clinging to a rock under 900 meters of ice, 260 kilometers from the sun, in a place biology said was impossible. Proof that the frozen continent at the bottom of the world is hiding a history and a living secret we were never supposed to find. The ice still covers landscapes no radar has fully mapped, lakes no drill has ever reached, and untold boulders no camera has ever seen, each one sealed in darkness, each one holding another impossible chapter of life on Earth. As the technology to see beneath the ice grows sharper, and as the ice itself grows thinner, The buried world of Antarctica may prove to be only the first of many secrets the frozen South has kept from us. When the next camera descends into the dark, the story of where life can survive may have to be rewritten all over again. Stay tuned.